How's it going, you all? Simon Topic here, and this is your wonderful patch notes. So the game has been patched, and it was done on the 17th. So yeah, thought I should let you know, to be totally honest, because well, it's what I like to do. So there's a few things in here. There's a couple of graphical things, bunch of skill quests, and quite a lot in the miscellaneous and ninja fixes. I could probably cut down the ninja fixes for you. Almost all of them is quite literally animation updates. One thing you may like is multiple players can now interact with agility pipes at the same time. Hooray! The Ardone Elite and the Spirit Cape can be chucked in your cape rack. Pets and familiars can no longer be taken in the Valley party room. Other than that, honestly, not a massive amount. Oh, I forgot to mention, most important one of all, animations used when shearing sheep has been updated. Oh, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for that. Oh my god. The shitty shearing sheep animation. It's the one thing I've always longed for. Oh, I do quite like these updates, gotta be said. Other than that, there's not a lot in the ninja fixes. Most of this is kind of minor things, which I didn't even realise were a problem, so let's get started with graphical stuff. The new resting animation has been tweaked to stop capes from floating. The hole in the wall should again be visible during the rat catcher's quest. A-root bones have been scaled up in size to match the creature they dropped from. Moving on to skills, players will now be able to complete the try not to step on any aquatic nasties while searching this crate treasure trail clue when part way through the Salt in the Wound quest, because apparently they conflicted. Tooltips on the player owned port's crew roster interface will now report the correct amount of resources. The set call option in clan wars will now be correctly displayed on an interface to enter a player's name. Good times. The Fleet Admiral title can now be correctly activated on female characters. Several camera issues have been fixed upon completing the Mobilizing Armies game. Now I didn't know that's a problem, gotta be said. Moving on to your quests, there's only two. Several sound effects and music in the blood pack have been sorted. An issue with the Stolen Hearts weight puzzle, where they stop the weights from being dragged, has also been fixed. Which is kind of nice to know, because you kind of need to move those weights to complete the quest, so there. They do have a new one in this patch notes. Never come across it before. Opening game. So yeah, I've got no idea. I'm assuming it's like noob area? I have no idea. The environment lighting settings used across the entire area have been updated. Fair enough. The Challenge Master area in Berthorpe has been graphically snorted. The Imperial Guard Quartermaster's retired and has been replaced with Challenge Master Farah. No idea why, probably for clarification, but then it tells you to go speak the Quartermaster anyway, so I have no idea why they did that. Whatever. The lodestone system will now display better for free players. The graveyard area near the entrance to the crypt in Lumbie's been fixed with graphics. Yes! Always what I wanted. The animations being used by goblins in the Lumbie area have been graphically updated. Lovely. Some quests have been removed from the path system, and an introduction to daily challenges has been added in their place. The animations used on several combat abilities such as Slice, Backhand, Kick, Slaughter, Piercing Shot and Asphyxiate have all been updated. Yay! The tombs used inside the Church of Ashdale have been updated to make them look less like coffins. Moving on to your miscellaneous and your ninja fixes. The Giant Mole can now be harmed by familiars. Ultra Growth pots now drop from the Giant Mole correctly while in loot share. The trail left by the Giant Mole when it digs now always indicates the direction it is heading. Players will now be able to deal appropriate damage with ranged abilities whilst using a Serpentine crossbow. A new button has been added under the polls interface to take you to the web page to show you the results of previous polls. Free players can now use magic notepaper. Yes! Reinforced Strong and Mighty Slayer Helms now return summoning skulls correctly after being infused. The Don't Show This Again checkbox now appears in several warning interfaces around Gillinor, which is kind of nice instead of having to go all the way down to Lumbie to just tell them I don't want to be warned again. Moving on, Malevolent Armor now degrades into the correct amount of energy when dropped via a PvP kill in the Wildy instead of just one. A typo in the speech for Legio Sextus has been corrected. That's the Range Slayer dungeon, I can't remember what it's called. A spelling mistake in the dialogue for the Fairies in Zenaris has been fixed. Several Force Walk tiles have been removed from Lumbie. A typo in Haralax's dialogue has been fixed. A typo in the message players see when entering Port Phasmatis have also been corrected. A Force Walk tile in Berthorpe near Imperial Guard Quartermaster has been removed. Activated auras can now be removed through the loadout interface. Torv armor now displays the correct information in the skill advanced guide. Duradel now gives the correct advice when asking for tips on slaying aviancies. Several typos in the tooltips of the gear interface have been fixed. A U-bow is no longer listed as members in the ranged skill advanced guide. The remaining marathon checkpoint locations have been removed from the world. The monks of Intrana now recognise scrimshaws, and dropping pet strike worms now works correctly on free worlds. 5 and 10 year veteran capes are now available to free players. There is now an option to allow servants in a player owned house to take payment automatically. Yes! The buy limit on borrowed totems has been increased to 50. Using stun abilities on the QBD will now actually deal damage. There is now an option to set a spell for both main and offhand weapons together. Multiple players can now interact with agility pipes at the same time. The message players receive when a liquid gold nymph rises out of the lava is now more noticeable. Pets and familiars can no longer be taken into the Fally party room. Players will now receive a message when they reach 100% respect in the Artisan's Workshop. The guards at West Genil have wedged the doors open permanently. The Champion's Challenge scroll interface has been updated. The duration of the DK respawn timer has been increased due to feedback from last week's update. I'm assuming they probably messed that up royally then. There is now a sound effect when a crystal geode drops. The beams will now disappear immediately in the Ascension dungeon room after Quintus has been killed. The clerk at CS Courthouse will now give you more information on why you can't enter the room. The read-in map animation has been updated whilst you're viewing the actual world map. The animation used when praying at an altar has been updated. The animations for cleaning grimy herbs and pestle and mortar have been updated. The animation for when spying on a penguin has been updated. The animation for creating summoning pouches, converting, as well as recharging has also been updated. And finally, the greatest update, the animation used when shearing sheep has been updated. Thank you, thank you. So there we go, that's it. That is all you need to know. Those are the patch notes for the 17th. Other news though, I suppose, you do have the brand new minigame, Heist. I don't know if you've played it yet. It's fairly straightforward. Not a lot to it. It's kind of cops and robbers. You used to play as a nipper. And yeah, it gives you some XP and a couple of skills. There's a few items you can rob as well. And if you're doing it with a couple of mates, you can have quite a bit of fun with it. So yeah, I would recommend jumping on Skype with a couple of lads and having a gander. It's pretty good. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it, people. So now, hopefully, you've all been informed. That is all you need to know. Later in the week, hopefully, should have a quest guide up. And, because some of you have been asking for it, if I can, you may have some lore. Now, you feel free to scream and shout and praise me, I don't mind. You can praise me as much as you like. I won't stop you. So lore could be coming. I'll try and get it up, honestly. You got still following the Majorat. There's not a massive amount left. You do have the main ones, which is Sliske and Azanadra. I think there might be one or two I still haven't done yet before I hit those, so it'll most likely be one of them. But with that said, I hope you will enjoy. So yeah, until next time, people, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.